This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Note: the strut assemblies should always be renewed in pairs. When refitting the strut to the hub carrier, new nuts must be fitted to the base of the strut. To gain access to all of the strut upper mounting bolts in the engine compartment, remove the windscreen cowl panels before raising the vehicle. Remove both wiper arms. The wiper motor should be in the parked position before removing the arms. Mark the position of the blades on the glass with adhesive tape as a guide to refitting. Unclip the plastic cap and remove the nut underneath, securing the arm to the spindle. Pull or prise the arm from the spindle. If the arm is stubborn, use a suitable puller to remove it. Take care not to damage the trim or the paintwork. Carefully unclip the side trim panels and then remove the side deflectors. At each side, remove the small trim pieces. Noting how it fits, remove the weather seal from the bulkhead. Unclip and remove the main centre section of the cowl panel. Note how the retaining clips lock into the base of the windscreen. Remove the lower cowl panel, starting with the centre brace. Detach any wiring harness clips from the lower cowl panel section. Remove the lower cowl panel fasteners and then remove the panel. Loosen the relevant front wheel bolts. Then jack up the front of the car and support it on axle stands. Remove the appropriate road wheel. Unclip the brake hose and the ABS wiring from the strut assembly and then remove the bracket. Unscrew the upper nut from the anti-roll bar drop link using an Allen key if necessary to prevent the ball joint stud turning as this is done. Unscrew the nuts from the base of the strut, noting which way round they are fitted. Hold the bolts with a spanner to prevent them from turning while unscrewing the nuts. Discard the nuts as they must be replaced. Tap the bolts out with a soft-faced hammer after the nuts have been removed. Separate the hub carrier from the strut. Note that on the left-hand side, once the strut has been separated from the hub carrier, there is a danger that the drive shaft may be pulled out of the transmission. To avoid this possibility and prevent any strain on the drive shafts, support the hub carrier assembly underneath the lower arm with a floor jack or tie it up. Mark the position of the upper bolts to the body. Unscrew and remove the 3 strut upper mounting bolts. Do not loosen the centre nut at this stage. Lower the strut assembly out from under the wheel arch. The strut assembly is heavy, so have an assistant remove the strut whilst the last bolt is removed from the suspension tower. Raise the strut assembly up into the wheel arch, then screw in the upper bolts to prevent the strut from falling downward. Refit the hub carrier to the strut and tap the lower bolts into place. Using new nuts, screw the nuts onto the bolts and then tighten them to 180 Newton meters. Align the upper bolts to the marks previously drawn and then tighten the upper bolts to 21 Newton meters. Remove the jack supporting the hub assembly. Refit the anti-roll bar drop link to the strut. Tighten the nut to 44 Newton meters. Refit the bracket securing the brake hose and ABS wiring and tighten the nut securely. Secure the brake hose and the ABS wiring to the bracket. Refit the road wheel. Lower the car to the ground. And tighten the road wheel bolts to 110 Newton meters. Refit the windscreen cowl panels. Offer the lower cowl panel into position, aligning the mounting holes. Refit the lower panel fasteners and tighten them securely. Attach the wiring harness clips to the lower cowl panel. Refit the centre metal brace and tighten the mounting bolts securely. Refit the main centre section of the cowl panel. Refit the weather seal to the bulkhead, fitting it the same way it was removed. Refit the side deflectors, then the side trim panels, securing the panels with the small clips. Note that Renault recommends replacing these small clips when refitting. Refit the wiper arms onto their respective spindles, positioning the arms so that the blades align with the tape applied to the glass before removal. Install the nuts securing the wiper arms and tighten them securely. Then refit the plastic caps to the nuts.